The drill instructor stops in front of you during the final endurance run. Eyes cold, voice sharp enough to cut steel. "You're the weak link," he says quietly. 30 recruits watch, and no one disagrees. Cold morning air burns your lungs as boots slam against wet pavement, your legs already trembling before sunrise formation. The platoon runs in perfect rhythm around you, while your steps fall half a second behind every single stride. You hear it in the breathing, in the silence, in the glances no one bothers hiding anymore. Everyone knows. You are the slowest soldier in the platoon. The yellow footprints on day one felt like stepping into history. But the instructors only saw another body, another recruit to break. You tried to hide the shaking in your arms during push-ups, but the drill instructor noticed immediately. He always notices. Every mistake becomes louder when you're the weakest. Your rifle feels heavier than everyone else's during drills, the sling digging into your shoulder like punishment. The others finish exercises first. You finish last, every time. No one says anything during chow, but the silence carries more weight than insults ever could. Reputation forms fast in boot camp. Yours forms faster. The instructors start using you as an example during training, their voices echoing across the parade field. "This is what happens when discipline is weak." 30 heads turn towards you. 30 pairs of eyes measuring whether you belong here. And sometimes you wonder the same thing. But quitting means walking past the same platoon that already expects you to fail. So you keep running, even when the gap keeps growing, even when your lungs feel like they're tearing open. Because something worse than being weak exists in this place. Being the one who quits. Rain starts before the obstacle course begins, turning packed dirt into slippery mud beneath rows of rusted steel bars. The instructor watches silently from a wooden tower, clipboard ready, waiting for the moment someone fails publicly. You reach the rope climb last again, hands already numb, forearms trembling before the whistle even blows. 30 recruits surge upward together, boots bracing against the rope, bodies moving with practiced rhythm and controlled breathing. You pull once, twice. Your arms stall halfway. The rope sways slightly as your grip weakens, and the ground suddenly feels much closer than before. You slide down slowly, boots hitting mud while the rest of the platoon finishes above you. No shouting comes, just quiet disappointment. That somehow feels worse. Later that afternoon, the platoon runs formation drills beneath a pale sky that refuses to warm the training field. Your timing slips again during rifle movements, the metallic click half a second late against 30 perfect echoes. The instructor steps directly in front of you. He says nothing at first. Silence stretches across the formation like tension in a wire. Then he speaks. "Everyone else, drop." 30 soldiers collapse into push-up position instantly, boots digging into gravel. You will hold. Your arms shake as the platoon begins their punishment because of you. No one complains, but the message lands clearly. Weakness spreads. That night, during barracks cleaning, your bunkmate finally breaks the silence while folding perfectly squared blankets.
I know it's
"You need to fix this."
You have to follow.
His voice isn't angry, just tired.
Good.
You slow the whole platoon down. You stare at your blistered hands, skin split open from rope burns that still sting. He's right. The system doesn't care about effort, only results. Days later, the instructors announced the Field Endurance March, a test whispered about since the first week. Full gear, night movement, 12 miles. Anyone falling behind repeats the course next week with another incoming platoon. Everyone understands what that means, being left behind. Darkness covers the training grounds when the march begins. Red chem lights marking the formation moving slowly into forest trails. Your rucksack digs into your shoulders, each step grinding weight deeper into muscle that already feels exhausted. Boots crunch across gravel and fallen branches as the platoon disappears into the tree line. At first, the pace feels manageable, controlled. Then the hills begin. Your breathing grows louder with every incline, chest tightening as the column stretches across the narrow trail. You see it happening again. The gap. Boots ahead drifting farther away. Your legs burn as you push harder, trying to close distance before the instructors notice the separation.
Get up that hill, soldier.
But the weight never gets lighter, and the trail keeps climbing. Halfway through the march, the instructor's flashlight beam suddenly cuts through the darkness behind you. The column halts. Your stomach drops. He walks slowly down the line, boots crunching softly against gravel as every soldier freezes in silent attention. The beam stops on you. Of course it does. You falling behind again? The question isn't loud, but every recruit hears it. Your chest rises and falls heavily while the platoon waits for your answer. You could say yes. You could say you're trying. But excuses don't exist here. So you tighten your grip on the rifle and step forward into the line again. Your legs scream with every step as the formation begins moving once more through the dark forest trail. Somewhere ahead, the trail climbs even higher into the hills. And for the first time since arriving here, you aren't sure your body can keep up. The trail steepens into a long hill, gravel sliding under your boots as the platoon climbs silently through darkness. Your legs feel hollow now, every step slower, the rucksack dragging against your shoulders like dead weight. The formation stretches again. Boots ahead grow distant. You try to close the gap. Your foot slips. You drop to one knee on the rocky trail, rifle striking the ground as pain shoots through your leg. The column keeps moving. No one stops. The instructor's flashlight beam lands on you again, cutting through the cold night air. For a moment he says nothing, just watches. You push yourself back to your feet, lungs burning as the platoon disappears farther up the hill. Your body wants to quit. Everything inside you says stop running. But something worse waits behind you. The moment when the instructors write your name down. The recruit who couldn't finish. You force your legs forward again, one painful step after another through darkness and gravel. The gap is still there, but you refuse to let it grow. By the time the trail finally levels out, your breathing sounds like broken machinery in the quiet forest. The platoon slows. For the first time all night, you are still there, still moving, still inside the line. The instructor walks past you without stopping, and that silence feels different. Dawn begins creeping over the tree line as the platoon marches out of the forest, boots heavy with mud and exhaustion. Your legs feel barely attached now, every muscle shaking after hours under the weight of the rucksack. But the formation is still intact, and you are still inside it. The training field finally appears ahead, grey buildings slowly emerging through thin morning fog beyond the gravel road. The instructor raises one hand. The platoon halts instantly. For a long moment, nobody speaks. You stare at the ground, waiting for your name to be called again like every other failure. Instead, the instructor walks slowly down the line of recruits, boots crunching softly against the gravel road. He stops beside you. Your stomach tightens. 30 soldiers remain frozen in formation as his shadow falls across your boots. He studies you for a moment, mud on your uniform. Breath still heavy, hands raw from the rope burns days earlier. You finished. That's all he says. No praise, no speech. But he doesn't say weakest. And in this place, that difference means something. The platoon turns toward the barracks as the instructors dismiss the formation into exhausted silence. No one celebrates finishing. That isn't how this place works. But your bunkmate glances at you once while the platoon walks across the training field. Just one quick nod. Small, but real. The gap is still there. You're still slower than everyone else, still weaker than most. But for the first time since stepping onto those yellow footprints, you didn't fall behind. That night in the barracks, the room fills with quiet breathing, as 30 exhausted recruits fall asleep beneath dim overhead lights. Your body aches in places you didn't know muscles existed, the fatigue sitting deep inside your bones. Across the room, boots sit lined in perfect rows beside identical metal bunks. Tomorrow will bring another run, another test, another chance to fall behind again. But now you understand something the instructors never bothered explaining. Strength isn't the soldier who finishes first. It's the one who refuses to disappear when finishing becomes the hardest thing left to do.